why I never read the comments.
I'm like, I just want to I'm not even.
You look amazing tonight. I love what you're wearing.
The Holly sandwich.
Oh my God, girl. I have an angry clown fetish. But that's hard. Unless it's an NBA team or something.
No, that was crazy to me. I was like, whoa.
Hey guys, welcome back to Holly Randall Unfiltered. I am so excited to announce my new collaboration with Strip Chat. They are now exclusively sponsoring this podcast. Strip Chat is the world's premier adult live streaming platform with interactive features so real you'll forget there's a screen. Life is better when you come together. If you're a fan looking for your dream connection, or a creator ready to launch your streaming career with the best traffic and tools, sign up at stripchat.com. Today's guest is one of the most in-demand male talent performers in adult entertainment. He's been in the business for over a decade, shot hundreds of scenes, and worked with every top studio. He's also a multi-award winner, including the 2025 XBIZ Male Performer of the Year. Fans know him for his high-energy performances, his versatility, and his honesty, and great sense of humor. And I'm so excited to finally have him here. Alex Jones, welcome to Holly Randall Unfiltered.
Thank you, guys.
I guess we'll start from the beginning, like I kind of do with all my guests, because everybody's always curious about the origin story. How did you get into the adult industry?
Modeling, honestly. Okay. What was I like? I think 18 or 19. And I was looking on Craigslist.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
great place to look for a job.
And I was looking for modeling gigs, and a couple of them were nude modeling. I was a little hornball at the time. I'm like, yeah, I should get some naked pictures of myself. And some of the photographers were like, have you tried porn? And I was like, no, I never thought of that. And from there, I just took those photos to, do you remember the Vivid?
Oh, yeah. The Vivid building. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And up to LA Direct.
Oh, yes.
To Derek.
Good old Derek. And showed him my pics and stuff. And I told him I wanted to be Ace Jones. Okay.
I told him Ace Rogers at first. And he was like, that sounds like someone from the 40s. You know? And I was like, yeah, it sounds like a pilot or something. And I was like, what about Ace Jones? And I wanted to do this whole thing of Ace in the Hole.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was stupid. He goes, what's your real name? And I'm like, Alex. He's like, Alex, let's do Alex Jones. You know, and I was like, okay, that works. And just gave me a shot. I did my first scene, and then they gave me a contract. It's kind of been smooth sailing.
Wow. So for those of you who don't know, Derek Hay was the agent who ran LA Direct, which used to be the biggest adult industry agency. Things happened, which we won't go into. But anyways, I don't think it's around anymore, is it?
I don't know.
It was around for a while and being run by somebody else. I know
right.
Chris took it over for a bit, I think.
And I'm not even sure if Chris is there. I think
the
Fran
whole
is there. Or
I don't think the agency exists anymore. Veronica started Zen Models.
Right.
So I know she's over there.
Yeah.
But anyways, so Derek was kind of legendary in our industry for lots of reasons.
Many reasons.
So, but he really was one of the best and could get you the biggest gigs.
And he really did work for you. Despite some of the things that people felt about him, he really did work for you. If there was something that happened on set, you just tell Derek and he'll handle it for you. Yeah.
And the last thing you want is an angry call from Derek Hay. That is because that man is scary.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. You definitely wanted to tread lightly and make sure that you treated his models well.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And he was extremely professional.
Yeah.
And he really did have his shit together.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So tell us about what was the first actual scene that you did and what were your thoughts walking onto set?
It had to have been Dare Dorm. Or I do know that one of my very first scenes that I did recognize the performer that I was shooting with was for Penthouse with Vicky Chase.
Oh.
And she was still, I don't know if I can say this, but she was still dating Eric John, I think, at the time.
Okay. I didn't know she was with Eric John.
Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, it was like a long time ago. And I was just like, wow, this is crazy. Like, I know you know, and I would just butterflies. Like, I would get butterflies driving to set for the first 2 or 3 years. Like, just driving to set, I'd be like so shaken up. I'm like, what if you fail? Like, don't fail, Alex, you know?
Yeah.
Like, there's so much pressure, you know?
And what if? Because it is so much pressure.
Yeah.
Like, you know, every guy wants to be a porn star, but they really don't understand how fucking difficult it is.
Yeah.
So, like, how was that first scene for you? Like, did you perform? Was it easy, or like, did you struggle a little bit?
No, it was actually kind of easy for me because prior to even getting into porn, I lost my virginity at 18.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's kind of, I mean, I know that sounds crazy to say that's kind of late, but it's
Right.
kind of late.
It's kind of late for most people, you know? And from there, I just went on this like sex spree. And I started on Craigslist, of course, the casual encounters area. So I was just like, you know, looking for hot moms in the area, you know, type of shit. And I did. And so I was doing that. And so when I got into porn, I was just kind of already used to being naked in front of people.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of easier for me. Plus I was, you know, young and horny. And so I was just like, oh my God, like I'm about to have sex with these beautiful women. Like, so it was easy for that aspect. I think if I didn't have the parties and stuff like that prior to that, I would have been way more nervous.
But there's not only like getting hard and staying hard. There's not coming, right?
Yes.
And then there's coming on time, like when everyone wants you to. So those are also very difficult things.
Yeah.
Like, did you struggle with those at all?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Especially try not to come too early.
Yeah.
You know, was the main thing.
Yeah.
And I had like a little technique. I don't even think this is a technique. I just bite my lip. I would bite down so fucking hard. And I remember one time that my tooth went through my lip and my mouth was like, I just had blood in my mouth and halfway through the scene, you know what I mean? And I was just like, you're fine, you know, but it stopped. Like, I was like, do not come right now because you're just going to embarrass yourself. So I just bit down. Now I just kind of like, I'll look around the room and try to find like a picture or something. And I'm like, oh, look, a picture of ducks. And I'm like, yeah, I just start thinking of ducks, you know, and try to get my mind off it.
So I actually have a really funny story quickly about that. So obviously we know Charles Dara, right?
Yeah.
So we used to shoot Charles Dara a lot in the beginning. And we had one of her assistants who was a guy would like, I remember he came up to me once. He told me once, and this is after we'd worked with Charles many times. And he was like, something's up with Charles. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I don't know. Like, is he gay? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, every time he does a scene, I catch him staring at me. And I was like, really? And he's like, yeah, it's weird and it's creeping me out. And I can't figure what it is. And so finally, like one day I asked Charles, I'm like, Charles, I got to ask you, man. Like I had this assistant who was a guy who said that you would always look at him. And he was like, when you were fucking a girl, and he was like, is he like gay? Is he into me? And Charles was like, no, that's how I don't come. I look at a guy that I'm not attracted to at all. And that's how I get myself out of my head and I don't come.
Yeah.
So,
he's like, ew.
Yeah, exactly. Like, look at a guy and then like you know what I mean? Like you're no longer. So it was like the opposite reason, which was so funny.
You know, there's sometimes too, well, I'll get in my head and I just tell myself, I'm just like, I try to put myself in some mindset where it's like, you're being robbed right now. Like your family's under attack. You know what I mean? And I'm like, if you come right now, you're a fucking bad person. Like, you know, and I guilt myself into not doing it. I'm like, don't you do it right now, you fucking sicko. You know?
Oh my God. It's like this weird, the mind games you have to play with yourself.
Really? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Or just the physical, you know, you just bite yourself.
Or you bite your lip until it bleeds. Yeah. Oh my God. So like, how do you get yourself psyched up for a scene then? Like, do you have now that you've had some experience, do you have like a process that you go through? Like, you know, I know some guys like will meditate or make sure that they go to bed early the night before and then do the gym, or like, do you have like a routine that you follow?
I think in the beginning, like I like to look up my scene partner and just kind of get like a feel for who they are. Cause I was just nervous. about meeting new people, I guess. And now I leave it up to just meeting them for the first time. Like if it is the first time, usually it's someone that I've already met. I've been in for a little while, but if it is like a new performer, it's kind of nicer to meet them in the moment rather than like planning it out and thinking about it before.
And like psyching yourself out about like what they might be like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, just in the moment is like a lot better. But then I also try to get to sleep earlier and go to the gym, eat clean the night before. Nothing that's going to like make you feel gross, you know, the day that you're shooting. And I try not to like eat before the scene.
Okay.
Like I eat like a small breakfast, you know, but usually sometimes like you'll get to set and they're like, hey, we're doing lunch now and then we're going to do the scene. And I'm like, just put my food in the fridge and I'll eat it after.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine now too, after you've been in the industry for a while, you probably know your body really well.
Yeah.
And you know what works for you.
Yeah.
So what do you do if you show up to set and you like find that you're not attracted to your scene partner at all? Or they're kind of a bitch?
That has happened multiple times, both instances. It was her very first scene, first and last. Derek had signed her. And of course, booked us together. I wasn't attracted to her. She was a total bitch the entire time. Just very rude to me, to Robert, the guy that was shooting it. She didn't have like great hygiene. So there was like this smell was going on. And we completed the scene, but I had like a hard time. And I was supposed to leave. And the director or the guy who shot it, he was supposed to film with her the next day because he has like a POV site or something like that. And he called me and he goes, hey, can you stay one more day? Like I want to shoot another scene. And I was like, oh yeah, absolutely. I'm thinking, I had no idea that she was like shooting another scene. I thought that I would be shooting with someone else and I get there and it's her again. And I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, yeah, I was supposed to shoot with her today, but yesterday
I couldn't do it, I'm going to make you do it.
But he's like, I know that you got through it, so could you do it again? And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, Robert? And like, you know, I was
threw you under the bus.
Yeah, kind of. He was like, please, you're going to save my ass. And I was like, all right. And I didn't get through it. Halfway through, I was just like, I can't do it. I was like, I'm not attracted to you. You're fucking rude. I was like, I'm having issues here because of it. And like, the energy is off. Like everything is just, and Robert's like, I get it. She's like, I'm talking to Derek and this and that. And I'm like, fine, whatever. Say whatever you want to him. And then I get a call from Derek later on. He's like, she's gone. Like, you know, sorry about all of that. And it was like the first time he actually like kind of apologized. I was like, it's kind of weird. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
I was like, it kind of felt good. No.
Yeah. It takes a lot for him to do that.
Yeah.
But I mean, he obviously like knew you were a professional and he was a performer himself. So I think like he probably understood, you know, what it was like to work with somebody who was difficult, like especially if they're rude.
Yeah.
You know? So how do you get through a scene like that? Like, do you have a mental Rolodex that you go through and you think of something else or like?
Kind of, I'll create just little scenarios in my head, whatever it may be, you know, like even if I'm not attracted to my co-star, I'm like, okay, like I wasn't planning on having sex with her in my mind. I'm like, but we just met type of thing. And then it's just happened because it, you know, it's just, we're horny right now and whatever. And then I can kind of get more into it. I don't know if that sounds rude.
No,
you know, but
I mean, you got to do what you got to do to like make the scene work. I mean, porn is it is a funny thing, right? In a lot of ways, like, you are asking people to be intimate with strangers, which sometimes can be exciting and fun, and sometimes doesn't always work out to your advantage.
Yeah, I shot a scene one time with this girl who, she's a very nice girl, but very cocked eye. It was like just like she was looking at me and then the other one was just like off. And I kept looking at it and it was just like throwing me off.
Yeah.
And then she also had a very thick accent. And like there was a language barrier there. So I was like trying to dirty talk with her, like try to get my mind off of it. And then there was breaks there, and I was like, shit. I was like, I can't even talk to you. And then that was just.
And the eye contact thing obviously was not working
like, don't look at me. Yeah.
Can we do this scene with sunglasses on?
Seriously.
Oh my God. What do you do to keep like your body like up to shape? Because it's a very physical job. Like you guys really are sexual athletes, and the guy does do a lot of the work, you know, and you have to perform sometimes in like insane conditions, like extreme heat, extreme cold, on a fucking scratchy blanket, on a bale of hay.
Yeah. I think eating healthy, getting enough sleep, exercise. I just recently started doing Pilates, but I do Pilates in the morning with my girlfriend. We'll go to the Pilates studio, do a class. I try to hit the gym at least like 5 times a week. I started taking testosterone recently, so that's actually helped because I'm trying to like bulk up, putting on some muscle. But yeah, I think it's definitely like a big part of being a male performer is staying in shape. And I remember like when, not to knock any of the older performers and stuff, but like when I first got in, a lot of people would tell me, they're like, oh wow, you're so young, like you're one of the younger guys in porn. And now there's like way younger guys, you know what I mean? Like even before when I got in, some of the older guys just, they weren't in shape and they weren't like lookers or whatever. And I thought about it and I was like, why aren't there more like young, attractive guys doing this? You know, I was like, why are there like a bunch of kind of dogs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like as these male performers. And then I think as time went on, like after I got in, a couple other guys got in and stuff. And then there was more and more, maybe we just like the people that were watching, we fit that profile and they're like, hey, I can do porn too. And now you have more younger, fit guys that are getting in the business. And I think they see that like, you know, attractive, like the guys have to be attractive as well. It's not just about the women this time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like that was kind of the vibe before.
Yeah. I mean, the industry used to be so much smaller and so much more closed off. And it also used to, I mean, there's still a lot of stigma around it, but it was even worse back then. So like there was a lot less people willing to like get involved.
Right.
And I think also too, like the potential to make money was less than it is now.
Yeah.
And now like with the internet, now with personal content platforms, like people can actually come in and be their own boss and be like, essentially you guys are all like mini entrepreneurs now. And I think you're right. I think also with social media, people are seeing more of who you are as people, right?
Yeah.
Like Pottery Daddy, which we'll get into. But you know, they're seeing you as human beings, not just as like, you know, a guy, like someone on a box cover or just like a guy playing in a scene. So I think it feels more relatable and it feels more like, oh, like, that he seems normal. Yeah. Like I could do that, you know? And I think also too, as a culture, we've started moving towards like a more health conscious culture. And less, I mean, like, you know, the one misconception, obviously, I'm sure you hear it all the time, is that all porn stars are on drugs. Which is very much not true. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's porn stars on drugs, like, for sure. But there's also a lot of people who are really like they care about longevity in their career. So they eat clean, they work, like they treat their body like properly. They're athletes and they see themselves as business people, as sexual athletes, and they, you know, they market that.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. We're going to take a quick commercial break and then we're going to come back. We're going to talk about Pottery Daddy and all the other fun things that Alex is doing. So stick around. We'll be right back.
Strip chat is so easy, but it's not simple.
The interface is unmatched.
Really user-friendly.
For the users, for the models on there.
It's easy to get on, easy to make friends.
You can stream while you're away. You just need your phone. You don't need all the equipment.
You maybe have 1,000 viewers and it was like, oh my God, for real, 1,000 people are watching me.
Just building those connections with our fans.
The energy and the people, I love it.
Hey guys, we are back. Okay, so I brought it up a couple of times and I actually really love this name. Why do your fans call you Pottery Daddy?
I think that was a new name that I was given recently, but I did a pottery class with my girlfriend and 2 friends and filmed a little video.
Did you do the ghost thing where like she was behind you? And,
No,
like,
no. Well, that was a friend of mine too. He was like, "You missed the opportunity to put like the song from Ghost." And I was just like, "Oh, I didn't even think about it." but yeah, I made like a little bowl, and I don't know. I really enjoyed doing it, and I was kind of good at it, you know. And I was like, I never knew that this was like kind of cool, and everyone was like, "Ooh, pottery daddy," and I'm like, oh.
Maybe you should start making like sculptures of your penis and you can sell them to your fans.
Wow.
Did you not think of that?
I did not think of that.
Really? I would be happy to be your manager.
Part of the proceeds.
And I would be happy to take 20%.
Yes. That's a great idea.
Thank you.
You know?
Thank you. Christmas is here.
You know?
So, it's just around the corner. I mean, who doesn't want a ceramic version of Alex Jones' penis?
Come on, guys. Numbers down at the bottom there.
I mean, you're also known as somebody who feels like approachable and versatile, and your fans like love you for your sense of humor and that kind of thing. So, like, what kind of stuff do you do to kind of put that across?
I don't know. I think, just being real. There's been like a lot of different, I'd say at least on my OnlyFans, like live shows and different things. And when people ask me questions, I don't really hold back, and I'll just tell them how I feel. And even if it's embarrassing or something, and I just kind of laugh it off. And I think people respect the fact that I'm not lying to them,
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it just makes me a little more trustworthy. And then also I've been in for however long now. So like, thank God I don't have any accusations against me or any bad things, cancelable things. And I think that speaks for itself. So when it comes to working with new performers, they're like, oh, okay, he seems like a safe guy. He seems pretty chill,
How do you feel about the boundary checklists that like a lot of studios do on set now? Do you feel like that you really love being informed about all the things that your partner does and doesn't do? Or I know some performers have actually, and honestly, I've actually only ever heard of this from women, say that they feel like sometimes it kills the vibe a little bit. Like you're almost like over communicating.
I think it's kind of nice to know like what to stay away from, obviously, and you don't want to like upset your partner. It does kill the vibe a little bit, but at the same time too, like not to knock anyone's feelings on like how they feel about shooting a scene and stuff, but I'm like, it is a job, and though like you should enjoy it as well, it kind of helps me to stay in the mindset of this is a job. Rather than like, it kind of makes it a little more topical, which is a little nicer for me because sometimes lines get blurred, and that's happened before. Like when I first got in, there's a couple people that I shot with multiple times that were kind of like, so what's going on with us? And I'm like,
oh, okay.
I don't know what's going on with us,
Okay, they were catching feelings.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or vice versa. Sometimes you're just like, oh, I like shooting with this person. And then you're like, I need to keep this topical because like I don't want to, you know what I mean? I've already done my dating and stuff, and
yeah,
you know,
because it can definitely cause an issue if you have a fallout with someone and then you can't work with that person anymore, and then you're on their no list,
and then they have friends and they're saying something to that, and
What is dating like as a porn star? Is it hard for you? I mean, you have a girlfriend now.
Yeah,
is she in the industry? So
she's not a performer. She's in sex work. She is porn adjacent. So she's a dominatrix.
Okay.
And she's a pro dom. So she doesn't dom me. Just
that was going to be my next question.
No, she's switched, and so she's subby with me. But we met at Kinky Rabbit actually, and so she was a performer there. First time performer, and I had been performing there for a little while and got introduced to each other and then started talking, and from there and just kind of, but it made it easy, the fact that she's like in sex work. I feel like it's harder to date someone who's not in sex work when you're in sex work, because they're like, oh yeah, I'm totally cool with that. And then after a while they're like, I'm not okay with this. And you're like, oh, I thought you were,
Yeah.
it's definitely something you got to get used to.
So speaking of Kinky Rabbit, tell us a little bit about that. It is a sex club, right?
Yeah. So it's like this high-end private sex club in LA. And they do parties every month, kind of like for the holidays and different occasions. They did one that was like Bacchanalia. So like the Greek.
The Greek god like Dionysus?
Yeah, you know, and like painted gold statues and grapes and all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
So one year they had me painted all white like a statue. So they just like sprayed me down with this like white grainy looking paint. And then they left my dick unpainted. Because like they wanted to, but then they were also like, oh yeah, this girl is going to be blowing you and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you can't have fresh paint
on my dick
on there and they're going to be putting that in their mouth.
Yeah.
You know, and like, they're like, oh, okay. So they just left it. So then I'm like all white, just with like a black dick hanging down, and it was funny, but I'm standing on this platform.
I kind of really want to see that. Do you have pictures?
I do have pictures.
Okay, send me up, because I'm like, that is funny.
They had me on this platform, like right when you walk through the door.
I feel like it made your dick look bigger.
It probably did. Yeah, it probably did, the contrast, you know? And I'm just kind of standing there in some pose looking off. And people actually thought that I was a statue. And then I would turn every once in a while.
Why did he
like,
get his dick?
Yeah, you know, they're like, what's up with this?
Ran out of paint.
Yeah.
Didn't have enough paint for your penis.
Yeah, seriously. But yeah, no, Kinky Rabbit is really fun. I've been working with them for like 2 years now, maybe a little over 2 years. And it's become like a family, you know, over there.
The stuff that they do, like the aesthetic is so beautiful. I know Cody's told me quite a bit about it. I can't remember the name of the woman that Alina, yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So talented.
Really. And she like does all the costumes. The last Bacchanalia that they did this last year, they had me dressed as like a bull. So I had this like weird leather mask thing with these like bull
Were you
horns.
like the Minotaur? Or,
kind of, yeah.
Okay, not a satyr.
No.
Okay. Satyr's half goat.
Yes. Yeah. With like the hoofed legs and stuff. So they had me as like a Minotaur, and like I come in and
eat 7 fair young men and women every 10 years.
Right? And then they take him to the labyrinth or something, right?
Yeah, he's in the labyrinth in Crete down at the bottom, and then they have to send Aegean has to send his son. Then he sends his son there, and his son kills a Minotaur, but he forgets to change the sail on the way back, because if he sails back with the black sail, they know he died. If he sails back with a white sail, they know he's alive. And then the king, overcome with grief, throws himself into the sea, which is why it's called the Aegean Sea.
Wow.
My dad was like a Greek I'm really into Greek mythology.
I like that. That was really cool. Yeah.
Thanks. But yeah, so the Minotaur was he was a horrible beast that ate 7 maidens and 7 men.
That was kind of the theme of the show. Like they had me come in, and I walked in and I'm naked, and I just kind of lay on the couch thing there. And then these girls and a couple of guys, they come in and they start doing this performance in front of me. I'm just watching them, and then they're like trying to please me, and I'm like, next. And then finally they had my girlfriend come in, and then I performed with her, and then a couple of other girls came in, and it was like a whole show. But
so this really is like a sex show that people watch, like the audience doesn't partake.
No, they don't. They're not involved. They watch. It's like a 10-minute show, 15-minute show. And then after that is when playtime starts. And technically, like as a performer, you don't have to you don't have to do anything with the guests. You're not required to or anything like that, but you can if you want to. But the guests aren't tested. So that's where, you know, things kind of get blurry. So you're like, you want to stick to just the performers, because the performers get tested to work together.
Right.
So the parties are fun. It's just, you know, you got to know like who is who.
Do you ever have to like take an audience member and be like, you can't do that.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Yeah. It's funny too, because like in the beginning, when I was single and I started working for them, like there was a lot of like, hey, come over here. Like, hey, come over here. And I was like, this is kind of cool. And then after a while I was like, okay, I should stick to the performers. And then now it's like, because I am dating someone who works there as well. You know what I mean? Like they're coming up and I'm like, sorry. I'm like, got to get back to my girlfriend. You know? They're like, oh, okay.
Which one's your girlfriend? She's the guy over there spanking she's the one who's spanking that guy in the corner.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she's the one kicking the guy in the nuts, you know?
So you won XBIZ Male Performer of the Year
Yes, I
last
did.
year.
Yeah.
How did that feel?
I honestly was not expecting it at all. I was like honored to be nominated, but I wasn't. I don't know. I was just sitting there and I'm like thinking like, yeah, Ricky, you know what I mean? I was thinking whoever, I was like, it's got to be someone else. And then when they said my name, I was like, oh my God, like I didn't have anything prepared. So yeah, it was kind of surreal. And it was like, I kind of wish that I had something prepared, and like, I felt like there was like this, like Sandra, my agent, had messaged me and she was just like, make sure to like write out something like if you win. And I was thinking to myself, like, I didn't win. And then when that happened, I was like, oh my God, Sandra was right. And I was like, shit, I should have listened to Sandra.
Because did you like come off the stage afterwards? You're like, fuck, I didn't think this person or this person or this person. That's always what happens, right?
Yeah. And I felt like my voice was kind of shaky, like trembling, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was kind of still in shock.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I didn't.
But those are sort of like the best award nomination acceptances, like people who aren't surprised. Who are surprised, and people who are like, you can tell like emotionally that it really means a lot to them, as opposed to, you know, someone who like goes up on stage, like, I don't know, like Seth Gamble, I love you. But you know what I mean? Like he goes up on stage and just, he's like award after award. He's like, God damn it. How many times
throw it in the pile.
Just fucking go up these steps, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it's kind of cool when someone who like doesn't think they're going to win, wins, and then like gets up there. They're like, oh my God, I wasn't expecting this. Like that authenticity is lovely.
Yeah. It was definitely a shock.
What do you think keeps you going? Like you have been around for a while. Like what keeps your longevity going? And, you know, because people say that the adult industry is hard on women, which is true, but it's actually very hard on men. Like I've seen like a lot of men like really have a hard time, especially as they get older, and they, you know, I mean, we all know the story about like guys who like take too much Caverjack and then like their penis stops working. And then like, but it's like, what else are you going to do? You know what I mean?
Right.
You get into this cycle, and then like, do you worry about like your longevity in the industry? Do you have an exit plan? Like, do you think about that stuff?
I do sometimes, or I have thought about that. I don't really have, I've been trying to formulate, you know, a plan here of what I'm going to do afterwards. But I've kind of just let things kind of ride for a while. And I'm like, oh, you're getting a little older, Alex, you know, maybe it's time to think about something different. And I think what has helped me though, stay working this long has honestly been, I think just trying to be friends with everyone. To be honest, like I feel like I got a lot of my scenes throughout my career because I'm friends with the people on set. And it's not like a favoritism thing, but it's just like be chill.
Yeah, I mean, as a director, like I know I like to hire people that I like working with, because a lot of times, especially on like these feature sets, which we'll talk about some of your feature work, you could be on set for like 16 hours,
right? You know, and no one wants to be on set with someone who's acting like a shithead. The entire time. Yeah, I think just like being friendly with everyone. A lot of the times, like when I started, and I still do, I'm like, hey guys, like I'm just sitting here. I can help you take out the trash. you know, and they're like, no, like you're going to hurt yourself. And I'm like, I'm going to hurt myself, you know, I'm
You
like,
need your penis to work.
Yeah.
You leave that trash alone.
yeah, exactly. And I'm like, guys, I could do something.
My favorite thing was always like if I had to like move a piece of furniture while I was shooting, and like the male talent would always help me.
Yeah.
And it was in the middle of the scene. And so there's just like this naked guy with a heart on, like helping me move furniture. And I always joked like I wanted to do like a calendar of like hot guys with a boner, like moving furniture, because I have so much, like that's happened to me so many times. People are
Yeah.
like, oh no, let me help you. You can't move that by yourself.
That would sell so well.
Oh God, I should totally do that. So why do you think it's so hard for guys to break into porn? Or what would your advice be to guys who want to get into porn? Because we know there's a lot of you out there.
Well, if you want to get into porn, know that it's fun. It is a fun job. But it's not as like easy and fun as you think, I guess. You know, sometimes it can be challenging and scary. I think a main thing though is like, just be yourself, be honest with everyone, be on time, be courteous, just do the right thing, you know, don't get caught up in, I feel like a lot of guys, especially when they first get in, then they start getting like a taste of being a male performer, and like they do their first, you know, foursome with 3 other girls or something, and they're like, I'm the fucking man. And it's like, okay, yeah, you were the man for an hour, you know what I mean? And like come back to you, because no one likes to be around that energy for too long, you know what I mean? And if you start acting like that, then people are going to be like, dude, this guy's a douchebag. So I think just being yourself, being professional, and doing your job correctly, and knowing what that entails, then you'll do fine.
Also, you probably have to have a larger than average size penis.
Yes, that's another thing.
Unfortunately, you know, guys who are like 5'2" don't generally join the NBA.
Yeah, you know,
It's kind of one of those things. Doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you.
You know,
He's just a freak of nature, really. When did you know actually growing up that like you had a larger than average size penis? Like, was it something that you've always known, or was this like moment where you were like at the school gym and someone was like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah. So watching porn when I was like younger, and I was like, oh, that's just normal. Like these dicks are normal, and like my dick looks like that. So like I just have a normal dick.
Oh no, it had like the opposite effect for you than it does for most guys, because it makes most guys feel inadequate. It made you feel normal.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is just a normal. Like I'm normal. Like everyone has a dick like this, you know?
Yeah.
I guess when I was in school, no one was really walking the locker rooms naked. Like everyone had their shorts on, and I guess you could, but no one really showered there at the school gym and stuff. So I didn't really like see a lot of dicks. So I was just like, this is what dicks are.
God. Well, it's good. You grew up humble.
I was a nerd. I had no opportunity to know that my dick was big, you know?
Wow, that's great. It's like the ugly duckling who grows up and then becomes beautiful, you know? Like, I think if you're like, you grow up beautiful, I don't know. You generally like have a sort of insufferable personality. You know what I mean? Because you're just used to like things coming for you.
Right.
You didn't know how gifted you were. So the porn industry is facing, obviously, like, well, not just the porn industry, the entire world is facing this wave of AI generated content, right? Like AI has become a big part of everything, everyone's workflow. You know, now AI models can spin up like photorealistic images and videos that have become pretty like realistic.
Yeah.
As an actual performer, what do you think about the rise of AI content? Do you see it as an exciting innovation or like a threat to human jobs?
I think a little of both. Specifically like in our industry, I think it can help as far as like productivity, or productivity with you know, getting messages answered and whatever, voice notes and different things like that. They can mimic your voice and things. It sounds nice, you know, to have an extra you to help out. But at the same time too, having an extra you, there's goods and bads to everything, and they could take advantage of that. And I feel like what I've thought of was like, if you sign on with some company and they say, hey, we're going to take photos of you, we're going to use your likeness and this and that or whatever, and they kind of own your image, then they can do anything they want with it. And if there's something that you're not okay with, they're like, well, we own this. Like, I don't care. And now there's pictures of you kissing a donkey or something out there, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? So I think it's a little scary, but it's also, there's goods and bads, and there's the potential of, it's like the whole idea of AI, there's a potential that we could have some utopia in the future, or there's the potential of Terminator.
Yeah.
And they kill us all. And,
Yep.
you know?
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely good and bad to it. I mean, obviously, like, I use like some form of AI to help me like with my workflow, which I think kind of most people do nowadays. But I mean, yeah, it's also scary because there are definitely jobs that are no longer going to exist because of AI.
Yeah.
And then, people will say like, oh, well, AI is going to create new jobs. I'm like, what new jobs?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
I haven't heard a lot of examples of like the new jobs it's going to create. And is it that going to fulfill the jobs lost? Like,
well, what's kind of scary is like, it reminds me of, remember that movie WALL-E?
yes.
And how everyone was kind of like,
Yes, they were like fat and
they were like
sat
overweight
in like a weird
but they didn't
like
have,
chair and they
and they
just like
didn't-
ate food.
yeah, and they didn't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Like the entire time. They were just relaxing.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's what I imagine is the case for like cats and dogs and shit. You know what I mean? Like they don't have jobs. They don't,
Yeah.
they just relax.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay. Like we feel like we have to do something to contribute to society, to do things for each other or whatever. But like now if we have something that can do all of these jobs, do we even need jobs anymore? And like,
But then what are you going to do with your life?
that's where the scary thing is, because we're in this transition right now. And the transition, we're still in this idea that we need people to work for society, And it's like, if we can somehow, once we get past that little hump and we don't need to really work and we can just let all the robots work or the AI do all the things, then like they do all the things that they do all the things like as far as growing our plants for us and food and production of vehicles and clothing and all this other stuff, and like we just reap the benefits of everything. And I think there's like a mindset that like we need to continue to work, and we do kind of right now, but I think we're all striving to get to the point of like not having to work.
I know it's crazy though, because I mean, there have been studies that have shown that the key like to human happiness is generally a sense of purpose, right? Like feeling that what you do matters. And a lot of the time that is wrapped up in a job.
Yeah.
Or a career or something like that.
Yeah.
This is also coming from someone who's like a total type A personality workaholic. So
Yeah.
like, who
You
like
feel
is
it.
on my phone too much and
Yeah.
should probably spend more time with my daughter and less time working. But like work is like an addiction for me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So the idea of like taking that away from me, I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do?
Right.
Like hang out with my kid more? Spend more time with my family? Get a hobby? Play a sport? But yeah, and so it's so hard for me to like tweak that idea and think of that as like my new purpose, because I feel so much fulfillment and purpose in what I do.
Right.
Also, we are a capitalistic society, and it's all about like who can make the most money, then you're the winner.
Right.
And if we're no longer working and we're no longer making money, well, then we're kind of like a socialist society, which most people think is a dirty word.
Right.
And then like, how do you distribute like funds and resources? Does everybody get the equal amount? Like,
Yeah. Well, and that's where I would think like it would just be easy to have enough for everyone. If you have something that, like a robot that can work indefinitely. So like whatever is enough to you is enough, you know? So
Nothing's
like
ever enough. That's also my problem. Really isn't.
Yeah. And I think that's where we run into corruption and all this other stuff. Cause there's some people that are like, I need more. And I'm like, do you need more? Or you just want more?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think everyone needs to know like what they need and separate that from what they want.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, you're talking about a complete shift in like the way that we think as a society, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because I think there's a lot of, I mean, you know, we're just seeing like the middle class is getting eradicated and like the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer, you know? So like we are very, you know, lopsided right now. And it's just getting worse. Should we talk about porn again?
Yeah, probably.
I'm just like, I mean, so actually this could be a good segue because it's these things that keep me up at night now so much more that I'm a parent.
Yeah.
Right? Because I have a daughter and I worry about her future. You are also a parent.
Yes, I am.
So what is that like for you, being in the industry and also being a parent? Do you find like conflict in those two roles?
Yeah. I mean, it's not like it's impossible to be in this business and have a kid or anything, but there are some challenges, you know, especially like meeting their friends' parents or different people at the school, you know what I mean? They're like, what do you do? And I'm like, social media management, you know?
Yeah, I say that too. I'm like, I'm a photographer. What do you shoot? Influencers?
Yeah. They're like, anything I can see? Like, nope.
Yeah.
But
no one you've heard of.
You know? But like, yeah, so I feel like when it comes to meeting people, sometimes, you know, you can be judged, especially when it comes to like your kids' friends, parents, or the school or anything like that. There's also weirdos, like once they know that, as far as, I love my fans, not calling you guys weirdos, but there are some of you out there that are weird that will say some things that it's like, when are you going to let your daughter do porn? And I'm like, are you fucking, like, my kid's 8.
Yeah.
I should slap the shit out of you for asking me that. Like, that's crazy,
Yeah.
you know, and that's gross.
Yeah.
You know, and my daughter doesn't know what I do. Eventually, at some point when she's older, she will, but she doesn't need to know right now. She doesn't ask. If she does ask, I don't have to tell her exactly what I'm doing. There's no need for that, you know? But I'm able to provide for her, and she's doing ballet, she's doing piano, she's learning Italian, she's got karate class, she's got everything she wants, you know? And I'm like, I'm able to do that because of the job that I have. And so, you know, there's good things there, but it's hard. It's hard because of other people and their stigma.
No, 100%. Yeah, my daughter just started going to public school this year. And as far as I know, nobody knows.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. But I'm definitely like, I try to keep that shit like under wraps. And sometimes I go pick her up and I'll be like, fuck, I'm wearing a Brazzers t-shirt or something.
Right.
And I'm like, oh my God, what am I? Because you don't see it, you forget, right?
Yeah.
And I just be so careful about that. But she is actually like, asked me about work.
Yeah.
And I just tell her that I make like movies for grownups. And she's like, can I see? I'm like, no, they're for grownups, you know, baby. They're for grownups. They're super boring.
Yeah.
When you're a grownup, you can see them.
Yeah.
And she's
that's
like, okay.
That's a great thing to say too, because it's like, these are drinks for grownups.
Yeah.
You know, you can't have the drink for grownups because that's a grown-up drink. It's the same thing with these movies. These are grown-up movies. And so like when you're a grown-up, then you can see the stuff. But you know, and it's not like if my kid asks about the beer that I'm drinking and I say it's something for grownups, she doesn't continually ask about beer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just, it's the question in the moment. I don't think that she's going to continually ask about the other thing as well.
Yeah. So. I think kids like in general, until they hit puberty, I mean, I know this is the way for me because I grew up knowing what my parents did for a living. Yeah. But I wasn't really interested until I hit puberty. And then I started stealing the magazines.
And you're like,
that's what they had back then because the internet did not exist. But yeah, I mean, I think especially when they're younger, who cares what your parents do as long as they have money to buy you Barbies?
I mean,
Like,
really, you know what I mean? I'm like, we're not poor, are we? Like, cool, then it's fine, you know? Barely even knew my parents' real name, you know what I mean? You're like, aren't you just mom?
yeah,
Really, that's your name.
I know. All of Violet's friends call me Violet's mom. I don't have a name. It's Violet's mom.
Yeah, exactly.
Violet's mom. Violet's mom. I'm like, my name is Holly. Okay, Violet's mom. Can I have a cookie? I'm like, sure. So you're launching a new series called the Alex Jones Adventure Show on YouTube, and OnlyFans, where you bring fellow performers along on fun adventures. What can you tell us about this project?
So it's still kind of in the early stages. So we're like just getting done with editing the first episode. But I don't want to give anything away, but we had Kazumi on the first one there, and a couple of other friends. And I like to do physical activities and things and work out and stuff, but haven't really done many things that you would say are adventurous, I guess, because it's kind of scary, I guess, and I'm nervous about doing certain things. I'm like a helicopter parent, when my daughter's going around, I'm like, well, should she be safe? Oh,
you're the helicopter parent.
So,
my husband's the helicopter parent. I'm just like, you're fine.
No, yeah,
I trust you.
I'm like, no,
just don't walk into the street.
And so I'm that kind of way with myself. So I'm like, oh no, this is sketchy. I'm gonna fall. Yeah. And they're like, guy, it's fine. I'm like, no. And so they're getting me out of my comfort zone, and we're doing different things that I normally wouldn't do. So we went on this like crazy, I don't know, it was like a 5 or 6 mile hike. And it was like so incredibly hot. And my friend who's directing it and filming it as well, he's like a Sherpa. He was like doing work in Morocco and different places, and he's got these legs of steel. He could just walk up mountains. So as we're like going, he just kind of took off, and like he had the water. And so and now we're just like dehydrated, like walking and lost on this trail, and there's like footage of just me and my friend kind of lost. We get attacked by bees, and I'm like thirsty the entire time when we get to the top, and then we went paragliding off the mountain, and so there's all these just different random things that we're doing.
Paragliding would. I don't think I could do that.
No. It was kind of scary. You have to like literally run and just
jump off a cliff.
Yeah, you just run off the side of the mountain and keep running. They said, keep running, like keep your legs going.
Don't stop at the edge.
They're like, because
then you'll just fall off and die.
Mm-hmm. He's like,
sweet.
He was like, yeah, you'll just pull me down and you'll kill us both. I was like, oh shit. But we were so incredibly high in the air. Mm-hmm. The guy starts doing flips. He told me, he goes, so you're Alex, right? You're the star of the show. And I'm like, yeah, I guess. And he's like, you're not going to freak out, right? And I'm like, no. And then he's like, all right, here we go. And he pulls on one of the reins, and we flipped upside down, like the parachute's beneath us now. And we're up here, and we did like 4 of these.
Oh my God.
And we're free falling towards the earth. And the entire, and like the harness is like crushing my nuts. I felt it in my stomach. I felt like I was going to puke, and the entire, and he's like, you all right? I'm like, but yeah, so that's the first episode, and we're planning on doing a lot more, but the vibe that we're trying to get across for the show is we want to talk about the environment. So the first one, where we're doing these hikes and we're in the heat and everything, we're talking about the fires in California and Los Angeles, and the air pollution quality there. And then we also want to do ones at the beach, doing like snorkeling and different things, and then talk about how you can clean up the trash and conservation and stuff like that. So
cool. It's like got a humanitarian mission with it.
Yeah.
I love that. So besides this YouTube series, was there anything, well, let's start with this year. What did you do this year that like you're the most proud of? Like if there's someone who's watching and maybe they want to see more of your work, like where would you push them? Any big movies that you did this year, scenes that you were really excited about?
I honestly slowed down this year.
Okay.
I think last year I went pretty hard, and that's what got me the award.
Yeah, you did that big digital playground movie,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. There was a couple of them actually, but I think the one being the police officer, the
Dirty Cop?
Dirty Cops.
Right.
with
The one
Nicole
that I
Kidman.
saw footage for was the army one.
Where I was like a doctor and Cherie was.
No. Wasn't there another one with
Oh,
where
I know what you're talking
You
about.
know
When I
what
was
I'm
the
talking
bad guy.
you were the bad guy. Yeah. And Kieran
Machine
Noir. Yeah.
Machine Gunner.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. That was another one. That was funny too because Ricky was like, "You're gonna be a bad guy," and I was like, "Really?" I'm like, "I'm usually the good guy." I'm like, "That's fucking cool." Like it was like
You were good. You were a good bad guy,
Thank
too.
you. I was kind of trying to channel my Denzel Washington training day type of thing. You know what I mean? I was like, this is the first time I'm going to be a bad guy.
Yeah.
And it looked so funny too, because they had a picture with like the whole cast afterwards. And I had the handcuffs on, and Kira's holding my handcuffs and stuff. And we're all in a line. And I just looked so much bigger than everyone because I'm so tall. I just looked so much bigger than everyone in the lineup that it looked like these like army men had come in and like captured a giant or something, you know, like I was a different species. And they're like, "We got him." Like, take him to the zoo.
Is
Like,
that Gulliver's Travels when they
Yeah.
like have the big guy and like all the little
with the little ropes and tie me up. That's what it felt like.
Oh my God. How tall are you?
6'5". I think 6'4", 6'5", somewhere in there.
Okay.
It's not that. I mean, there's other.
Do you like being tall or is it kind of a pain in the ass sometimes?
I like it now.
Mhm.
It was a pain in the ass when I was younger because
Mhm.
I felt like a freak,
Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah.
I I felt like there were like easy jokes that people would be like, "Why are you hanging out with the people younger than you? Like, would you get held back?" And I'm like, "No, we're the same age. Like, damn it, you know, I'm just bigger." Like,
Yeah. All right. Well, last question for you. We're coming up on this might actually, I'm actually not sure yet. I think this is going to come out in 2026, but either way, we're almost at the end of the year.
Yes.
So any big plans for 2026 or do you know what that year is going to hold yet?
I really don't. I really don't know. I'm a little over a year into my relationship with my girlfriend. Things are getting a little closer, which has been exciting, you know. So I'm excited about that. But I am also excited about how supportive she's been for me and my performances and everything like that. So she really wants me to like do well this year. She's like, you know, this year's going to be better than last year. And so I'm just really looking forward to like jumping back into shooting because I felt like I took a break this year. So 2026, you're going to see me get an award again.
Yeah. I love that. Well, Alex, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
I'm so glad that I finally got you here. We do have some questions from some Patreon members. 31 questions from one in particular. Sorry, we can't do all of those. We're going to get some though, which we're going to do in a separate segment. But in the meantime, can you tell everyone where they can find you online?
You guys can find me on Instagram at AlexJones5.0. I'm also on Twitter or X at AJonesXXX. I have a TikTok. It's very new, so I'm still getting to used to that. But it's at the other Alex Jones. And I don't have a YouTube yet, but the YouTube's coming. That will be with my Alex Jones Adventure Show. So stay tuned for that.
Cool. And then, of course, you guys can find me on Instagram and on X at Holly Randall. I'm also on TikTok, Holly Randall 78. I'm pretty sure is it. Anyways, go to hollylinks.com for access to all of my platforms. And of course, if you're a member of my Patreon, not only are you supporting this show, but you're getting access to bonus features like the Q&A we're going to do, these things streamed live and so much more. Go to patreon.com/Holly Randall Unfiltered. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and I'll see you on the next one.